This is Lisa Stone with Parenting Aces, and I'm sitting here with Letty Van Nguyen, whose daughter Chanelle plays for UCLA. And Letty, thanks so much for talking with me today.
You're welcome.
So your daughter is on the championship team. She played an incredible match in the final. What was going through your head as you were sitting there watching that match?
I'm as a learned, a mature parent now with tennis. I just laid there. I just sat and enjoyed watching her. I tried to control myself. I was more emotional when she was a junior, but now she's matured, and I just enjoyed. That's all.
That's great. I was watching you actually during her match. I was sitting not too far away from you, and you seemed very calm through the whole thing. You may not have been feeling calm on the inside, but on the outside you appeared to be very calm. How did you get to that place where you could control your emotions like that, at least outwardly?
It took me years to learn that kind of behavior because I noticed that when she was a junior, I was just so emotional, and she picks it up, and it has some bearing in her performance. And now I learned that if I'm relaxed and just supporting her, clapping my hand, not saying too much, she performs better, in my opinion.
I'm sure that's true. I'm sure she picks up on that vibe from you when she looks up and sees you there. So she was a top-notch student. She wound up graduating high school early. She did do online school for high school, but was in traditional school up until that point. Can you share with us a little bit about her academic journey, getting from her traditional school and then the online school and now being at UCLA, how she managed to do the traditional school and play top-level tennis, and then why the decision to transition into online school once she was in high school?
When she was an elementary student, she was tested for gifted student testing, and she was classified as such. So she was placed in classes that are advanced, and from there she went to Ransom Everglades for her middle school. She took the SAT at the time, and she got in, and then after that, when she got accepted with the USTA training center in Boca Raton, she needs to live there. So therefore, it's hard for her to. There's no way that she can go to a traditional school. So we've selected a very good school for her academics online. It was at the time the University of Miami High School Online, and she did very well.
And she wound up graduating early and enrolling in UCLA a half a year ahead of her peers. How is that working so far?
Oh, it worked very well because again, there are some psychologists involved here. They tested her, and her IQ level is above average, and I took advantage of that. I give her more classes than what's usual, and she did well. And the thing is, I know that she loves to learn because I made sure that she loves school since childhood, because learning to me is very important academically, and I did just that. So she graduated ahead.
We were talking earlier about the level of involvement it takes as a parent and when you have a child who is a high-level athlete. And you were sharing with me that you feel like you found the right level of involvement with her academics, but it took you a little longer to figure out your involvement with her tennis. Can you share with us a little bit about that difference, why it was easier for you on the academic side and maybe a little more challenging on the tennis side?
The answer to that is my background. We are more of, like on the left brain part, and so and college is like very important to me. So I ingrained that in her mind. But then the athletic part, I'm not so strong. But there are two different things. I learned that I cannot be too involved in athletics because that's not my background. And I tried to do that. It didn't work as much. In fact, I feel bad and apologize to her for some of the mistakes I did in telling her what to do because really I'm not the proper authority in the athletic part.
But in the academic part, you certainly played a big role advocating for her and making sure that she wound up at the appropriate college for her,
Yes.
from both an academic and an athletic side. Was that a difficult decision to come to, choosing UCLA, and what other schools was she considering?
Oh, her school, she made her own decision, but other coaches from like Princeton and other universities, they tried to recruit her. Also, the military schools are trying to recruit her. She has a lot of letters from different colleges, but it was her decision she chose UCLA.
And you're still living in South Florida, is that correct?
In Coconut Grove in Miami.
So how is it having her all the way across the country now? Because she was close to home for you for a long time.
Yeah, the University of Miami was also recruiting her, but I think because of my over-involvement in tennis, she chose to be, partly, I'm not so sure, she chose to be as far as she can get, but I don't, that is good for her, so I don't feel bad about that.
And she's made the adjustment to living in Los Angeles and being out there on her own. She seems to be doing very well, right?
Yeah, she is well adjusted. I didn't have any problem with her adjustment.
And can you share with us the experience you've had now that she is in college, the difference of having her working with college coaches versus being part of the USTA player development?
Oh, excuse me. But with her, I consider her age. At the age, she's 18, so she can do whatever she decides is right for her. I left her alone at that point.
And so far, so good with the coaches at UCLA. I mean, it's certainly a stellar coaching staff, and they seem to be really great people that have the interest of the athletes at heart.
Yes. So far, so good. And I was very confident because I heard a lot of good things about UCLA and the athletic department. So I was confident. I just back off.
Well, now Chanelle is playing in the individual part of the NCAAs. Is there a difference in your mind watching her compete as part of her team and now watching her compete for herself?
I don't feel any difference. I just let go. I'm more relaxed now. Whatever. It's all on her now. I'm out. I did my part. She had the foundation, both morally, academically. She's on her own. I'm just there to support.
Well, with that, I will end the interview because I think that's a great sentiment and one we can all learn from. Thank you so much, and best of luck to Chanelle.
Thanks for asking my opinion.